Okay, now that we've gone over how things generally work in this Lost Belt, what do you think of it? I mean, it's pretty. That's not what you're asking about, is it? Me, neither. Asha and Vihan looked to me like they were the best friends. They were like family. And I'm positive that had nothing to do with how well Vihan could or couldn't run. It didn't matter how well he could hunt or stand guard either. As far as Asha was concerned, she just loved him and wanted him to stay by her side. Fool! So if the god of this world just erased their relationship for his own reasons, what happens to all the love she had for him, all the happiness she felt when they were together? Where does it go? Foo-foo! Amazing, the same girl who used to resemble nothing as much as a living doll expounding in love. Oh, this is just precious. I think I'm gonna cry. Although I wonder what Beryl would say if he saw this new mash. Let me offer some criticism of this world from a different perspective. I'm sure it's been some time since a calendar meant anything in this world, but for the purposes of our discussion, let's say the year here is 2021. As I'm sure you're aware from this visiting the nearby town, civilization has not advanced anything like as far as the proper human history. That is not to say I only value post-industrial age advances, or that I have no appreciation for life lived in harmony with nature. I assure you neither is true. I'm merely saying that civilization as a whole has clearly not progressed here when compared to proper human history. That aspect alone is enough for me to declare this world a far cry from anything approaching the ideal. The march of civilization is stalled here, just like in the Chinese Lost Belt, albeit for very different reasons. And it hardly needs saying, but I don't like the way this god does things either. Cheers get permaban, that's what I say. On another note, is everything okay, Rama? Something on your mind? I just realized something. Arjun has obtained every Indian divinity in this Lost Belt's thing. That would mean Sita's one of them. Really? Yuppie. Just I'm an avatar of Vishnu, Sita's the avatar of something else. Of course, that doesn't mean they're one and the same, but they're certainly close enough, so then what should I do? Kill him? What else? I have to save her. That's who I am. It's my very reason for existing. So love is your main motivator for defeating Arjuna. Well, that's just beautiful. What do you think of Arjuna, Pepe? Me? It's like I said, I thought he and this world were a dead end the moment I met him. Can't get much further than from my type in this version of Arjuna. He might be a pretty face, but that soul of his is rotten. Hold on. Yeah, okay. There may not be any need for me to say this, but please let me say it again anyway. Pep is a good person. I believe we can trust him, and I think we should work together with him on this. Yeah, we're on the same page. Oh, that's sweet. Thanks, you too. Nonetheless, the fact remains that you're a crypter. Are you truly about to let your assigned Lost Belt be destroyed? What will you say to the others? Why, I'll just say I did my best, but it wasn't good enough. Oopsie! I don't want to get on their bad side either. I'm just going to go with the flow here. Well, I trust you even less now. If you're so easygoing, why did you join the crypters in the first place? You could have just turned them down from the start. Well, that was a cruel thing to say. Huh? Circumstantial change confirmed. I have a proposal for you, chosen ones, an offer for those of you who were cast aside. If you desire acclamation, then choose rebirth. If you desire indolence, then choose eternal sleep. It makes no difference to a god. I don't want to tell you this, but we didn't have any choice. Thawing the coffins might not sound like a big deal, but it's basically like recovering dead bodies. We were all dead in there. We were never going to wake up from that darkness. But then, the foreign god came and told us. You may live on as a crypter or die as a master. And that was that. Honestly, I still don't know who or what this foreign god is. Kirishiktaria seems like he does, but he's not one to talk. All I know is in exchange for being given new life, we were thrown into this newly wiped green world, and put in charge of growing our respective Lost Belt's tree of emptiness. Of course, I know we all betrayed mankind when we chose to leave our coffins as crypters, so I'm not under any illusion that we're the real victims here. I'll even admit that I thought this game to see who will be the next king of the world sounded fun. Wherever we'll be, you know? If an old monk friend of mine were here now, he'd probably say something like, you guys were just unlucky. Still, there's nothing to gain from choosing your fate, and besides, I was already getting bored with it. So I'm just gonna go do the best I can and try not to throw my life away for nothing. I'm not gonna sell out my fellow cryptors, and I have no desire to fight all of you to the death either. And since that works out for both of us, isn't that good enough for now? That means nobody in Team A willingly chose to fight the side with the god? I don't know about all of us, but me, Kadak, and Ophelia sure didn't. Oh wait, I guess Ophelia's an exception. She swore to become a cryptor for her own very personal reasons. Just tell me one thing. Where does the name cryptors come from? They came out of coffins! The name cryptors comes from Director Marisbury. It was a title he gave to the special masters who were chosen for Team A. Oh, okay. I like my idea better. Anywho, let's talk about how exactly we can go about beating Arjuna. Jesus, that face. So I'll be honest, I got nothing. There's no laughing matter. He even shrugged off my noble phantasm like it was nothing. Although now I understand why. It's because his very divine existence is just that strong. There's no trick or even magecraft involved. It's just what he is, plain and simple. Geez, so he even cheats just by existing? How in the world are we supposed to beat him then? Honestly, you're in much worse shape to fight him now than Carney's out of the picture. I just don't see how Ganesha there could ever fill his shoes, no matter how hard she tries. Hey, you don't have to rub it in. Believe me, I'm well aware. Maybe someone else can help us. True, there could be well another rogue servant here. If we could find them and win them over, it'd be the fastest and surest way of bolstering our ranks. Winks. That's a big if. Well, if there is anyone else like Ganesha around here, there's a good chance someone in town might know about them. Why don't we head back to Bichu again and see what we can find out? Yeah, let's do that. Sounds good to me. What are we waiting for? Like I say, no road is long with good company, and it's best to make hay while the sun shines. Hee hee. Don't worry about a thing. I'll make sure we never run out of things to talk on the way. I can't say it's actually a concern. Yeah, I, for one, like silence sometimes. Jesus, you talk so much. We didn't have any choice. Forgotten that. Everyone had their reasons for making the choices they did. That's why things ended up like this. Nice people, not so nice people, people who were interested in me, people who weren't interested in me. Yeah, I'll admit, I've been skipping a lot of cutscenes, so now that I'm recording and actually watching stuff, I'm actually getting a little bit of a dose of the story. Something I appreciate that I'm able to do now, that I'm recording for you guys. That's why right now if I was stronger, maybe I wouldn't be feeling so conflicted right now. If only I was a perfect demi-servant, then... It's really too bad that her spirit origin got, like, messed up and she had to turn into that. I like her old self way better, and that's why I use that version all the time. Looks like we're almost there. I already have an idea for who we can talk to first. It would be great if she knows something. Asha again? Cool. Other gods? I guess you haven't heard anything then. Maybe using the word god isn't the best way to go about it. It might be better to take a different approach. We're looking for someone who is very much out of place in this world. In other words, someone who finds this place wrong as we do. If someone like that exists, they'd probably be out fighting Kali regardless of what it is. So the question we should be asking is... Here, little miss, let me put it to you this way. Have you heard any rumors about naughty heretics who don't obey your god's teachings? Oh, besides us, of course. I think the mayor would probably know something about that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking before we came here. Well, I wouldn't call them bad exactly. Everything alive in this world is God's creation after all. But I would say they're just a bit too focused on the wrong things, unfortunately. Nonetheless, I've heard there are people like that in the village on the other side of the mountain. Oh hi, there's another village. I'm told they spend most of their time taking up weapons and fighting the Kali in defiance of the God's teachings. Why aren't they snuffed out then? But I suppose that's just the way they chose to live their lives. Yeah, fighting Kali all day. Cool. Still a bit shocking how much more amiable he is now compared to when we first met him. But at any rate, this is great. Now we have a promising lead. Let's head for the village right away. Sounds good to me, but just be aware that you might not be able to get there by nightfall. think it's better if we don't move around too much in the middle of the night, so if you find a good place to make camp, don't be shy about doing just that, okay? Don't worry about that. I hate going on a forced march. If I have to go hiking, I make sure I take it nice and slow. As long as I'm around, I won't be letting anyone push themselves too hard. Not even if they want to. Zzz. Look at him back out at dawn, Pepe. Are you sure you don't need to get some sleep? What about you, Meshi? You're still sitting around watching this late? I'm a demi-servant, so I'm going without sleep for a while. Funny how you're okay without sleep, but the divine spirit over there apparently can't get enough. Well, that's okay. This works out nicely for me. Mind if I stay and watch with you for a while? Yeah, so you can be weird. It's fine with me. That was only pretense, of course. I was actually just waiting for a good chance to ask you this. Did you get a chance to talk to Ophelia? Yes, I did. We didn't have a lot of time, but I still feel like we said a lot. Much more than we ever expressed to each other in Chaldea. I'm glad to hear that. She always did want to have a good heart-to-heart with you, I could tell. So, what'd you talk about? Well, one of our topics was romance. No way! Seriously? Oh, what I wouldn't give to have been a fly on the wall for that. I can't think of anything better than Ophelia talking about romance. I could just imagine the three of us chatting over a nice cup of tea, hours passing in the blink of an eye. Do you know what happened to everyone, Pepe? I heard what happened from Kishtara and the others, but those are just boring old facts. That's not what I really want to know. That's why I want to ask you about them directly. Let's see, I don't think there's anything I need to keep secret, so I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Even though I'm a crypter? Even though I'm your enemy? I remember that despite everything that's happened, we were still both members of Team A. That hasn't changed just because you're a crypter now, too. I see. Well, thank you. I'm sure Katak, Ophelia, and Akuda are frustrated by how things turn out, but I doubt they have any regrets. So they all fought bravely, huh? And here I am, just pathetically doing whatever I can to survive. I don't think that's anything you need to feel bad about. Your simulator is kind of getting destroyed by a super powerful ultra being. No matter how hard it is to survive, I still find myself thinking there might have been a better way to end things. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring down the mood. If things don't go your way even after you've struggled as much as you can, your only choice is to give up and move on. I just had to come to terms with that again. That's just my lot in life, I'm afraid. Nothing I can do quite seems to work out. Really? But you've changed. Always seemed to me like you excel at everything you do. That's only because I stick to things I know I can do. No, I'm talking about fate and destiny. But hey, that can be extremely motivating in its own right. And it's not like I've given up on anything, you know? Alright, I think it's time I go to bed. A complexion this perfect requires plenty of sleep. Besides, how could I look Ophelia in the eye if I neglected my own skincare after I kept admonishing her? Thank you for telling me what happened to the other cryptors, Meshi. Good night. Of course, good night. You need to get your beauty sleep. Is this over? Okay. That's all it was. Cool. Queen of the Walled Village? Oh boy. Day 2. Damn sacred beast, of all the luck running into a huge pack of them like this. Seems luck was not on our side today. I was hoping we could pass them by without incident, but oh well. Sorry, I was close to them and I ended up drawing my bow in fear. Don't worry about it, the blame is partly mine for forgetting how it feels to hold a weapon for the first time. I'll need to reevaluate both the technical and mental aspects of our training program. At any rate, the rest of you hurry back to the village. I'll hold them off here. But, no buts, we can't risk leading them towards the village. Besides, the more commotion we make, the more likely we are to be captured by the local Apollo we've been hearing rumors about. Look, Apollo is said to serve God directly and have incredible power in their own right. The moment they find us, it's over. We can't let that happen. I could manage on my own if it came to that, but if you or the village got caught in their eye, it would be disastrous. So I want you all to head back to the Duval ahead of me. Don't forget the supplies we collected. You can't possibly handle them all on your own. It's Quetzalcoatl, ain't it? It's Quetzalcoatl, ain't it? I'll just be buying us time. I'm well accustomed to trials of endurance. Besides, I already told you. I am not human. I am something else. Something with the power of 1,000 ordinary people. A shadow of humanity who manifested in this island by the grace of the rightful gods. I know this isn't the first time we've had to stay behind, but man, it sucks not being able to actually drive around in our vehicle. What's the point of even having it then? It would be ridiculous. If the enemy were to find and destroy the border, the jig would be well and truly up. Camouflage function or not, we still need to make sure we stay out of sight at all times. That mad dash we made to pick up the field team during Kali Yuga was under the most extenuating of circumstances. There will be no repeat performance. Yeah, I was just grumbling. I know you're right on this one, Gordy. Oh, just a moment. Do you think you can stop and hide in all that tall grass over there? Yeah, I'll set the Ordinax silent mode. Please be quiet as you can, everyone. Thoo! Yeah, it's a parade. Luckily, they don't seem to have noticed us. Let's stay here and wait for them to pass. They're certainly very pretty to look at. No wonder people here call them agents of God. They really are just like any other animal without any collie around. I wonder what they eat. Maybe we could use food to tame them? I'm agreeing with Pepe there. Like, no? We need to color him green so he can be the Pepper Frog. Let's keep going. We shouldn't be much further to the destination village. Foo-foo! I see something. That must be it over there. Thank goodness we didn't run into any trouble on the way. I like the wall they've put up here. It gives the place a real freedom fighter vibe. The mayor of Beachu did say they go around fighting Kali here. If anything, I would be surprised if their village wasn't fortified like this. Come on, hurry. It's us. Open the gate, quick. Oh yeah, whenever I do the videos where you guys don't hear commentary, I'm working out and on a bike while doing those fights. Looks like we're far away enough that they didn't notice us. And I don't want my breathing to affect it because there's no conversation anyway, so I'm like, I'll get a workout in, get some running in while I play this match. Let's go see. Yeah, we're about to have a fight, aren't we? And they're not opening the gate for us. And they're not answering when we knock either. Hey, open the gate for us. All of you know most nations would be thrilled to have me pay them a visit. Let me see if I can hear anything from inside. Who's that? Is someone here? Oh no, this is it. They found us. We're done for. What do you do? What are we gonna do? How should I know? There's no way we can fight them off on our own. Okay, so general panic's happening on this side of this door. Bad feeling. At least we know there's people inside. And since we're servants, we could probably just jump over the wall if we have to. Of course, just because we can doesn't mean we should. You there, what are you doing here? Foo! A servant reading. Well, it seems luck is with you today after all. Yeah, you couldn't tell us before they got into talking distance? Whoever this servant is, they're headed your way at top speed. Be on your guard. Okay, they probably yelled that at me. They just jumped clean over us and landed on top of the gate. Okay, who the heck are you? It's certain we never met before. Yeah, I figured. That's too bad. It would have made things a lot simpler if you already knew each other. I hate getting chewed out by strangers. It's like 100 times worse than when someone you know. What I'm trying to say is, this lady looks really pissed off at us, so maybe doing something about that? I define aura, curses. Despite my best effort, it looks like you finally found us. You must be the ones who serve the false god, the Lokapala. You got the wrong idea. But we're gonna have to fight about it, aren't we? You must be joking. Don't lie to me. It can't be a coincidence you're showing them now. Besides, I heard you're planning to invade our village by jumping over these walls. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm sure this is just a misunderstanding. I only mentioned jumping the wall to rule it out as a bad idea. So you continue to lie to me. Very well, if you have finally learned of my existence and the existence of this village that seeks to end the false god's cycle, then so be it. I will run and hide no longer. If the time's come to fight, then I shall rise to the challenge. Prepare yourselves, Lokapala. You will not be taking anything from me this day. Even if I must face a god, this time I will make sure to defend my home to the very end. This time. Alright. I'm working on the assumption that's a saber that we're about to fight. Don't be surprised if we lose this fight, Chad. If we do lose this fight, I'm going to upload just the fight as a separate video if this one ends up being too long and fitness. It's probably just the gun, but this feels like some variant of Oda Nobunaga. It's just a delaying tactic for a turn. I'm working on the assumption that as soon as this first bar is gone, the fight will be over. Oh no, we're still going.
この地を立ち止め。はあ、はあ、
くだらん。ふん。思い上がったな。
一斉射撃。活路を開く。一斉射撃。わしじゃ労働命令っす。司令。もう頭きた。ガネーシャさんのすごいところ見せてやる。ガーネッシュインパクト。
裁きの時だ。世界の策は我が大陸。ゲロ。
I was just recording the video.
この地を立ち止め。はあ、活路を開く。後で美味しくいただくっすよ。